All right, guys. So this is a remake of an old Patreon request I did about a year or so ago, and that is basically a three-way crossover. It was a three-way crossover between Friday the 13th, Terrifier, and Hatchet. Well, not only am I bringing it back as a remake, I'm also adding a lot more to it, as you can see. So this is going to be a massive crossover between Friday the 13th, Terrifier, FNAf, Child's Play, and My Bloody Valentine. So we've got a bunch of horror IP together for one big story, which I call the Killing Games. So let's get started. So the story begins. We open up on Jason, Jason's just chilling in Camp Crystal Lake, and he's just kind of like it's a normal day, and he encounters some teenagers and proceeds to brutally murder them, as you do if you're a hockey mask killer. But as he's like killing his way through them, he notices something like a little red dot on his chest, and he's like, and that's when he gets hit with a dart. The dart hits him, and Jason's like Jason then is like trying to figure out what's going on. He gets hit with more and more tranquilizers again and again and again until like eventually he goes down. And this squad comes in and was like, "Sir, we bagged Voorhees. It took about 200 tranquilizers, but we got him." And they're like, "And the bait? Oh, they're dead. It's all right. We weren't going to pay him anyway. Get him ready for the game. Ship him out. We'll get him ready for the games. What about the other 4 squads? Oh, they're getting the others." So, essentially, in other parts of the country, 4 other killers are being stalked and captured. You have Axel Palmer, the killer of Valentine Bluff. Then you have Chucky, who gets captured. Art gets captured, and finally Springtrap, aka William Afton. So all of them get captured, and they're bagged, and they're shipped to an unknown location. Immediately, like they're just kind of everyone's like, the 5 of them are like, what's going on? But they're all being shipped separately until they're found bound on a table, on like these tables, being propped up against the wall, and they're all coming to and all that. And Art's just like looking around like, Axel's just like kind of heavy breathing. He's just he's just ready for whatever. Jason's silent, and of course, Springtrap's just like, well, so that's what that feels like. And of course, Chucky is of course losing his ever-loving shit. He's just like, what are you, motherfucker? What are you, like, get me the fuck out of here. I'm the only one who does the kinky table stuff. Come on, man. So that's when they still don't know what's going on, but then the room opens up this massive doorway, and their restraints are taken off. But rather than try to kill each other, they're all like presented with weapons. They're all presented with their classic weapons. Chucky gets his knife. Axel gets his pickaxe. Jason gets his machete. Springtrap gets his knife, and Art just gets his trash bag full of stuff. And of course, Chucky sees this like, hey, why does Bozo the fuckface get a whole bunch of weapons, but I only get a knife? This ain't fair. So they also are about Chucky's like, well, I don't know what any of you guys are. I've heard of. He points at Jason and is like, you I've heard of. You're one of those big time legends, right? And Jason's like ready to raise his machete. He's like, oh, you want to go, huh, Wayne Gretzky? But that's when they get a painful shock, and there's like, contestants aren't allowed to kill each other. And Chucky's like, contestants? Like, what does that mean? He's like, you're only allowed to kill the targets presented for you in the killing field. Whoever kills the most targets is the winner and gets their freedom. The losers all die. And of course, like, Springtrap's like, so wait, we were here to you brought us here to kill people? This is going to be fun. And Chucky's like, oh, I agree with Bugs Bunny over here. This is going to be a riot. So the 5 killers are sent out into this killing field, which looks like a it looks like a modded city. Like, it looks like an indoor city full of these like a bunch of various people. Like, it's about 100, 200 people in like a miniature city, and they're all like from different walks of life. People who are like who needed money, people who are homeless, like prostitutes. You have scared teenagers or dumb teenagers who went the wrong way or just stayed out too late at night, and there's even children among them. It's just a bunch of kidnapped people. And if you haven't guessed already, yes, it's like this group of wealthy 1% who are making bets on which killer is going to kill the most victims out of all of them. So there's bets on all 5 of the killers as they are sent out into this mock-up city to start just butchering people while they're observing and watching the games. They're also making bets on how certain killers kill people, and also like how long it takes for a victim to live, things like that. So, as you can imagine, putting 5 of the most terrifying killers in there, it's not going to go well for anyone there. So you have like Jason, who grabs like one woman by the spine, tears out her whole spine, like Predator style, just rips her whole spine out with her head attached, and then proceeds to see another person like run by him. He just starts beating the other guy in the head with the disembodied head of the woman before using the spinal cord to strangle another person before ending it. Then you have Chucky, who's just like, he jumps at one person, gets them in the chest, and just splits them open down the side. Art, of course, is just having the time of his life because he just has a trash bag full of goodies. He takes out like a homemade flamethrower, sees a bunch of kids in a little garbage can. He's like, pretends to walk away, and he's like, nah. And proceeds to just fire blast into the dumpster. Axel gets one guy by the jaw, proceeds to just tear the bottom jaw off, and then take him by the head and just start slamming it repeatedly into the wall before he just becomes, his face just becomes mush. So, you also have Springtrap, who's also like just having the time of his life. He's just kind of singing. He's just having a great song to himself. He's just like, and because I'm having a good time, He's just stabbing people. So the 1%ers are just having like the time of their lives as they're watching these poor innocent people die. But among the chaos, the gates that hold the mock-up city, like as they're viewing it, the gates kind of malfunction, and what happens is like one of the surviving people in this killing game sees the gate open and like throws it open and runs out. But however, one of the killers see it. Axel sees it, and he just proceeds to walk out, followed by the others who are like, "Hey, he's getting out. Let's all get out." And the moment they the billionaires realize that they all got out, the 5 worst killers got out, and they find themselves. This is Chucky and the others realize this is like Chucky's the first one to say it. Fuck me, we're in Vegas. We've been in Las Vegas the whole time. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling lucky. How about you boys? So immediately the 1%ers get their armed guards to like kill them. Don't let them come up here. Kill anything that doesn't look human, and even if it does, shoot it anyway. So the 5 killers, because they still can't kill each other because of the implants. But that doesn't mean they can't kill everyone else. So they proceed to and you're probably thinking, why didn't they put in that thing of like you can't kill like staff or guards or whatever? Because, well, have you ever known a smart billionaire? So, Jason, Chucky, all 5 of them proceed to just go through and start killing these guards all the way up to the top of this building, where the billionaires are freaking out because they don't know what to do. They're trying to call like their helicopters. They're all panicking. They're also but above all, they're trying to get their money. They're trying to like withdraw all their money from the bets because the bet's off. But that's when the elevator dings, and there's a gore-filled elevator just spilling blood and guts out, and there are the 5 killers just like standing there drenched in gore, and and if Art's just there like, and you can probably guess what happens next. The 5 of them spill out, and it just becomes an absolute murder. It is just a massacre throughout the room. Like, every 1%er is just getting butchered in this massacre. It also leads to if I could make this a thing, I would probably have it would be kind of like a horror scene, and I'm going to take a quote from my friend Jason, who came up with this idea the last time. It's a gorier scene of the fight scene in Kingsman, but here instead of Freebird, it's Viva Las Vegas playing in the background. So you just have Viva Las Vegas as the 5 of them are killing everything, and by the end of it, no one's left, and Art's on the wall like painting in blood and shit, just this big heart, and he goes, Art plus Jason plus Miner plus Springtrap plus Chucky. And he's just like, and Chucky's just like, fuck this. I'm gonna stab some people on the way out and get out of here. And Jason's just like, he's just already making his way back to Crystal Lake. Axel, same, and Springtrap is like, they're all leaving. And before they do, now they've been unleashed into Las Vegas. So they're just going to kill their way through Vegas before going their separate ways. And that's the end of the story. So there you go, guys. Hope you all enjoyed this. And yeah, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in Multiverse.